Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good evening.
It's good to hear. It's good. Great to, I'm happy and impressed to see the numbers tonight.
Yes.
Of course, this is August and a lot of people are out on vacation and there's so many things that they're doing with their families. So I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here this evening. And thank you again to our chapter president, Lila, and the board for inviting me to do this presentation this evening. Now, I did this, we've had the specialist program for, I want to say we've relaunched this program about almost 2 years now. And believe it or not, I never even had a chance to do the program myself, and many of my colleagues haven't even looked through the specialist program or attempted it. So once Lila told me to invited me to come and do the presentation, the training, I attempted the program and I did it last night. And Lord, did it take me quite a few hours to complete that program. So even though I'm the expert, that program was pretty tricky. It was very tricky. And I didn't get 100% in all sections. There are 3 sections. I got 100% in the first section, and then the second, 80% and 90%. And I did have to redo a section, so it was pretty tricky. But as I was doing it, I noticed that there was some glitches and some confusion with the questions. So I was trying to take notes as I went along, so that I can share it with my colleague who was instrumental in relaunching this program. She's based in Florida, so she said, once you do it, please give me your feedback. And I urge you to do the same. So if you see any ambiguity with the program, or see some questions that just don't seem right, please send me an email and share your feedback with me. We're constantly trying to improve the program. And as a matter of fact, the program was recently updated last month, July. So you attempted it a couple months ago and you ran into some problems. We've repaired some of the glitches and we've changed some of the wording of the questions. So continue to share your feedback. All right, so let's go through the program. And Mary made the specialist program very easy for you because, like Lila said, the answers are right there. So you don't have to do too much thinking, but I encourage you, as you go through the program, please take the time to read the sections. There's a lot of helpful information. Also, click on the links. There's some really great videos. In fact, I watched a video on Dean's Blue Hole. And that was pretty interesting. It's a YouTube video. So click on the links, download all of the PDF attachments because some really great information are in those attachments, from what to do on the island, how to get there, all of the hotels, some new developments in Abaco, Eleuthera, Exuma, Nassau, and Paradise Island. So as you go through the program, please take the time to read it. Set aside a few hours to really thoroughly go through it. Don't be so quick to just put in the answers that are on the paper, and it will give you pop quizzes as you go along. So that's a part of the entire learning experience. So the islands of the Bahamas, as many of you should be aware of now, we're more than Nassau and Paradise Island, and we're more than Grand Bahama Island. We're an archipelago of 700 islands, more than 2,000 keys, and of those 700 islands, we've identified 16 major islands, each with its own individual identity. And that's what this entire Bahamas Specialist program is about. And the whole idea of the program, we've broken it into 3 sections. One section is choosing the right island. The second section is choosing the right venue and choosing the right experience. And we have such a diverse destination. Abaco is different from Eleuthera, which is different from Exuma, it's different from Inagua. All of the islands are different. They all have There are some similarities, and that is the most beautiful beaches you'll see anywhere in the Caribbean and the world. We have it in our beautiful islands of the Bahamas. And as you choose the right island, you will be able to identify which island is best for your client's desire. Whether they're more nature-focused, nature-based visitors, if they want quiet, quaint islands, or they want quiet resorts, they're coming for relaxation, casino, doing a little casino gambling, shopping, they want to stay at a fishing lodge, or they might want to stay at a mega resort or a boutique hotel. So it's very important to familiarize yourself with the right island. So we're going to start with the most northern island. And everybody should be familiar with Grand Bahama Island. Of course, we've had the Vacation Express charter programs for quite a few years out of Baltimore, and we've really been trying to introduce Freeport, as you know, the island, Freeport, Grand Bahama, or reintroduce Freeport, because everybody knows Nassau and Paradise Island. And so Grand Bahama Island needs the business, and hence it's one of our northern islands, as I mentioned. It's the second most populated island and our second city. And it offers a mix of historical appeal, modern attractions, and ecological wonders. So if you have that client that wants to do more ecotourism activities, Grand Bahama is the island that you would send them to. If they don't want to stay or visit one of our more remote islands, Grand Bahama is not as fast-paced as Nassau, and it's not as slow-paced as the out islands, but it offers the best of both worlds. And here in Grand Bahama, we have 3 national parks, botanical gardens on the island. So it's great for people who are into soft adventure. We have a safari tour, and we have 3 distinct areas on the island. We have East End, Freeport, and Lucaya, which is the downtown area. And Lucaya is our major resort area on Grand Bahama. And then we have the sleepy fishing villages of West End, which is west on the island. And that's about 30 minutes from the airport, international airport. And as we go through, take note of the airport codes. So when you're booking your client and you need to know which airport, what's the airport code for the one of the out islands. I'm sure you all know what the airport code is for Nassau. So take note of the airport codes as we go along. The Abacos, this is another northern island, and it's called the boating capital of the world, or the boating capital of the Bahamas. And we have 2 islands here. It's broken into 2. We have Great Abaco and Little Abaco. And Abaco is one of those islands and has charming colonial towns like Green Turtle Key or Elbow Key, Great Warner Key. So a lot of keys are in the Abaco. And it's also the home of the Candy Stripe Lighthouse. So anytime you see that red and white Candy Stripe Island lighthouse, you know that it must be Abaco. And it's a great island for fishing and diving. And Treasure Key is said to have one of the top 10 best beaches in the world. And it was featured in several magazines. We also have 2 championship golf courses here on the island, one at Treasure Key Beach Resort, and at Winding Bay. And Abaco is one of those islands with the number of keys on the island. We have a ferry service that operates from Marsh Harbor as well as Treasure Key that will take you into the surrounding keys. Now Bimini. Bimini is another northerly island in the Bahamas chain, and it's actually the closest island to South Florida. So Bimini and Grand Bahama are the 2 closest islands to South Florida. And it's an island that's getting a lot of attention. We refer to this island as our deep sea fishing capital or our sports fishing capital. So you have a lot of fishermen that come here to do some type of big game fishing or deep sea fishing. And the island actually has two areas. We have North Bimini and we have South Bimini. South Bimini is where the airport is located, and a lot of the activities and resorts are located in North Bimini area. And we've had a number of high-profile visitors in the past that have actually stayed on this island. And this is one of Ernest Hemingway's favorite spots, right here on Bimini. Of course, we've had the presidents like Richard Nixon, we've had Howard Hughes, and Dr. Martin Luther King actually stayed on this island, and this is where he created his I Have a Dream speech. So we do have monuments on the island to document Dr. Martin Luther King on the island. And the island is great for divers, for sailors, and big game fishermen. And it's also said to have the lost city of Atlantis. So that's where the whole Atlantis Paradise Island got its name from, based on the lost city of Atlantis that's said to be somewhere in the ocean near Bimini. So it's pretty intriguing island. The Berry Islands. Now this is a cluster of 30 keys, and it lies southeast of Bimini. And some of the keys include Chub Key, Great Harbor Key, and I'm sure you all are familiar with Coco Key. So now you know where it's located. Which cruise line stops in the Coco Key? Royal Caribbean. Okay, so you know your stuff. And of course, Great Stirrup Key. And it's also considered